Hey guys, what's up? Captain Turbo here, and welcome to part 61, the finale of Final Fantasy VI. We are finally here. We got 2 phases of this boss left to go. Can we do it? Well, considering this is post-commentary, we better fucking do. Alright, we've basically taken on the first 2 forms. Now things begin to get a little bit more tricky. This thing can heal itself, as you can see there. From what I honestly can't remember, I think this thing lets you use a lot of magical attacks as well. I could be wrong. As you can see, Sabin's in pretty good health, the other 3 not so much. You know, so we really need to be careful here. As you can see also, this is a pretty long part. At 35 minutes, I think it's the longest part so far. But, you know, considering it's the finale, I'm willing to let that go. You know, because otherwise I would have had to split it up after the, during the credits sequence, and I'm not going to do that, so... Now, fuck it, 61's more than enough parts. But yeah, guys, we are finally here. We started this back in February, it's now fucking July. You know, it's not even that long of a game either, I just completely and utterly... had so many. You know what, I'll go more into that in a little while. A little bit later. But yeah, I would suggest just keep doing whatever you're doing. Keep using Runic just in case. I don't know if this thing attacks physically or magically. I've yet to really see it do much, to be honest, actually. Meltdown, here we go. Unfortunately, this is an attack you can't have Runic absorb, so yeah, Locke is dead, or at least he's down. The other 3 are still in pretty good health, so we should be fine as long as it doesn't spam. Excuse me, it doesn't spam Meltdown. I get a Phoenix down going, and get Blitz going again. It doesn't look like those 2 things are attached, though. Actually, I don't think they're meant to be. Or maybe not. Fucking Meteor. Fucking hate Meteor. Sadly, Locke is again down. Sabin's actually close to dying himself. Celeste and Terra aren't in terrible shape, but they're not going to last much longer. Everyone is sadly looking a little bit unwell. Sabin's down, Terra is almost down as well. We need to get this back on track. Alright, so obviously Sabin's going to be the one I'm more worried about here. Fucking Meteor, seriously. Alright, Terra is sadly down now as well. Sabin, get that Phantom Rush going, because I was already halfway through doing it. Got Trine. Trine is actually a pretty painful move. In fact, I think this is good. If I'm correct, let me check. No, it doesn't. Never mind. It definitely makes you blind though, but because I'm using Blitz, it doesn't matter. Right now, I don't really need to worry about healing them of their blindness because, as I said, not Locke. Sabin's using Blitz moves which have really good... Alright, never mind. That's the 3rd form. It doesn't have as much health as the previous ones. But now, it's the final phase. God help us all, because this can be tricky. It's time to beat Kefka once and for all. As you can see, we lost Locke, Terra, and Celeste during that last phase. Life! Dreams! Help! Where do they come from? And where do they go? Such meaningless things! I'll destroy them all! But yeah, this is... definitely the hardest of the 3 forms. This guy has some really fucking powerful attacks. And unfortunately, I only really have Sabin and Strago with his Delta thing that can really damage this thing very much. Cyan will do decent enough damage on his own, but the rest of them are gonna struggle. Realm is gonna be practically no fucking help here. As you can see, he has that move that will knock you down to 1 health point, which is really fucking dangerous. Alright, get Phantom Rush going here. Still doing a decent amount of damage though with those, so I don't really mind too much. Angel Wings will restore a small amount of health, roughly between 5 to 1,000, I believe. 500 to 1,000, I should say. Yeah, roughly 500. Unfortunately, Realm is now out. Grand Delta, I just keep spamming this with Strago, since it's his most powerful attack he has. Sabin, obviously, I'm still using Phantom Rush. Cyan, I'm sort of just keeping there to keep the others buffed up. But yeah, I love the background for this. I love Kefka's design here. It is a very epic final boss, but holy shit was this not easy. You're gonna see just how close it was actually. I'm not sure at what point, but you will see. Another Phantom Rush here. Both Sabin and Strago now are in pretty good condition, so I'm not too worried about them. Cyan is still in a bit of danger, but nothing too worrying because he's going to get knocked out there. The end draws near. Alright, so that thing, I don't know what it is. All I know is it's a very fucking powerful move that I died to the first time. Get Phantom Rush going as well. And we got Forsaken. What does this do? Oh, this is the big move, I believe. It's a really it's pretty fucking epic looking as well. It's really cool. It doesn't do as much as I thought it did, but it still did a fair chunk to Sabin. It did about 1,500, I think. I think that's supposed to be his big move, like in 7 Sephiroth has, I think it's Supernova. I think Kefka's is Forsaken, at least I think that's pretty much the same equivalent for him. Alright, hitting with Trine again. I think this will knock Sabin out, actually. No, it doesn't. But I think if you use Trine and it blinds them and they use Trine again, it has a small chance of knocking the character out. And I need to disappear for a sec, so I'm just gonna pause this, guys. So, Adam, future Adam. And have you ever had that moment where you're fighting a clown god and you know you're pretty much have the fate of the world in your hands, and all of a sudden your mother sends you a text to call her? Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, you can see here we're in a really bad state right now. We have 3 of our party completely out. We have our heaviest hitter completely down. Strago's the only one there. Thankfully, I know for a fact that this will not kill him, because it only did like 500 damage early in the fight. Still a very, very pretty attack to watch, though. It actually does a lot more damage there. It does well over a little bit over 1,000. Thankfully, I'm still alive. Get Sabin back in the party so I can get a couple more Phantom Rushes going. Right now, these are the only 2 I'm particularly bothered about keeping around. Can't remember what it is I'm looking for here. Oh, Mega Elixir, right. Mega Elixir will pretty much heal your entire party. Unfortunately, I only have 2 up right now, so obviously that's not right. Vengeance, what does this one do? Apparently nothing, because it doesn't work. Oh, that does work though. Jesus Christ, that was powerful. And the end draws near once again. Alright, lore, here we go. Grand Delta. Is he gonna survive this time? Well, considering that this is the final part, yes. How much is he gonna survive by? He gets hit for a good 1,000 damage there. Very interesting tune we've got going on here. It's like a techno remix of Kefka's theme. But we're not doing too badly. We're still alive. We're still going. We can do this. We can do this. Alright guys, I'm not gonna lie. At this point, I believe I was like, I'm not gonna do it. You know, Saban's down. I haven't really got time to be hitting him with more revives, and then all of a sudden, the old geezer actually fucking manages to do it. I was actually expecting to have to redo the entire fight. I didn't think Strago was gonna be powerful enough or have enough defense to do it, and he fucking does it! Kefka is down! As is there. Oh, Christ, this was difficult. Not the most difficult. The goddess still has still gets the award for most annoying boss in the fucking game. This was up there though. Holy fuck. And obviously being the final boss, he gets the longest death animation in the entire game. Mind you, it is a pretty epic boss. We don't even get our fanfare music. The tower! It's collapsing! And obviously Gogo's like, yeah, I've been here the whole time. I'm just gonna go stand over here. And so Celeste, one more time, goes Super Saiyan. And leads, well, tries to lead anyway, the group out. But yeah, essentially because all 3 statues have been destroyed, and we beat Kefka as well, all the magic in the world is actually starting to disappear. The magic is disappearing. If Estus were fading from the world now, what'll happen to Terra? Come with me. I can use the last of my power to guide you out. And we get a little bit of a very strange cutscene that they do in, well, is this sepia tone? Something like that. Just showing them all escaping, but from different points of view. It's very weirdly done, actually. It's not bad or anything, it's just very strange that they chose to do it for the escaping cutscene instead of a sort of where are they now scenario. But yeah, guys, in terms of gameplay, we are done. We've just got a few... we've just got 20 minutes basically of this of a pretty long cutscene, and then also a the credits sequence as well. Saturn, could you hit that switch for me? Mechanical devices are not my strong point. I like this one. He just sort of dances around it, not really knowing what to do. I do believe I am getting better though. Christ. And we get Snitzers. I like the fact that they use playing cards for him. And I'm seeing a lot of ace of clubs here. Me think someone's cheating. Oh yeah, that would not have gone very well. Whenever you think you're right, you're wrong. No, that's not a very good lesson to teach. Do you know what, guys? I'm gonna start talking about my thoughts and stuff now because, you know, you can watch this while I'm talking. Why not? If my voice is really that great, and I'm sure there's a couple of walkthroughs on here where you don't talk at all. Oh god, where do I begin? I mentioned earlier, guys, I started this back in February. It's now, I think, roughly around the middle of February. It's now July 13th. It's... seriously, it's taken 6 fucking months to do this game. Between... It's not even the fact that it's a difficult game. It's just I've been very lax with this one. It being extremely draining. I had to restart the game like twice, I think. I've had so many corrupted save files and save states. It was fucking ridiculous. I had lost a few, like one instance of lost commentary. I had another of lost video footage, so I had to go back and re-record something that I already done once, so I had to use a save state from earlier, and it went very, very badly. I've never had such a bad time recording as I have with this one. But for what it's worth, I actually do consider this a very much a learning experience in terms of being a Let's Player. You know, it's because of this game, or at least because of this Let's Play, I've finally decided that RPGs will be post-commentary always, because of maybe not Pokemon, I'll think about that, but anything like a Final Fantasy game or like Dragon's Quest or something like that, if I'm going to do it, I'll do it post-commentary, because quite honestly, it's not worth the hassle of live. When I'm doing live commentary, obviously I'll talk over battles that you've probably seen multiple times, like the same 3 enemies in the same formation, and because I've got a terrible memory, I can't even remember if I've been recording, I've already taken those things on. But with post commentary, I can do that. You know, I can edit out the same random battle that you've seen already a few times, and let's just watch this one here, because this is about the only time you'll get to see Go-Go actually do something. What I want to know is, why is the group split up again? You know, they were all together a few minutes ago when they were taking on the bosses. Oh, bullshit, you can't walk across that. Anyway. Yeah, as I was saying, it looks like it's going to be post-commentary from now on for RPGs. It's just, it'll be easier to edit around. If I'd have done better with editing out boss fights and getting lost and stuff, I could have easily knocked off a good 10 parts to this. You know, I spent a long time being lost. I spent a long time showing the same fight time and time again. You know, I just didn't really do very well with editing this one, and I am pretty ashamed of that, actually. I may one day come back very, very far in the future. I'm not talking anytime soon. I might try and do this again with maybe some restrictions here and there, or maybe some different rules or something. Okay, I don't know what that was. Oh yeah, I know. It's because I was wondering, did the game screw up there? No, it's because it's going to show the both of them now. And if you notice, it's playing the opera theme again, which is really good. But yeah, definitely a learning experience. I am not doing any more RPGs live. That's all I was trying to say. Unless I ever get around to like streaming or something, which is very unlikely, at least anytime soon. Yeah, that's going to be the new ruling for that. Also, I might be doing post commentary depending on other games' length. Like, I wouldn't like, depending on the game's length, like games like let's think. Like Game Dev Tycoon, I might end up doing post commentary and stuff. Because I will eventually get around to doing more of that as well. I know I left it on four parts like a year ago, was it? Something like that. Oh well. But the game itself, I'll let you get more into the game itself during the credits. Actual credits, I mean, not this cutscene, because we do have a cutscene where there will be more dialogue, and I don't know if I'm going to bother actually saying what's on there. And if you can't read that, she just says, "Father, Terra, we must part. We Espers will disappear from this world. You may fade away as well. But perhaps if the human part of you feels something strong enough, then maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to remain here as a human." And we're back with the kid and the grandfather. I like the roll call here, don't get me wrong. I just wish they'd have maybe done this after the credits, like, you know, this is what happened to them afterwards. You can't give up now, Grandpa. Sorry, dear. Any more wine out of you and I'll paint your picture. Oh no, anything but that. But you know, someday I really would like to paint your portrait. On canvas, I mean. Oh Realm, look what you've done. I've shit myself. You made me go all misty-eyed, and now I can't see out of them. Yeah, Strigo was surprisingly useful in that final encounter. And this is what happens if you don't have Shadow in your party at the end. It will basically just sort of go over this town here. It doesn't even show Shadow anywhere. Then again, he's a ninja, so that I suppose that might make some sort of sense, maybe. But unfortunately, we didn't really learn much about Shadow in this Let's Play. We didn't get him for the final tower or anything like that. You know, I don't like going to the Colosseum, so... And you know, there are plenty of other people that will do stuff like that. Again, it'll be something I might try and do, or at least I'll try and make a priority next time I try this, should I ever go back to it, as I said. And like this does go on for a while. We still got a little over 10 minutes left. Come on, you can't let yourself be shown up by a bunch of kids. Gotcha! But yeah, I can... Here's the thing, with Strigo learning that not Delta Attack, that thingy towards the end, yes, in you, he was actually very useful, so I might actually start using Blue Mages a little bit more. Blue Mages will either learn, basically learn attacks that enemies use, either by watching them or some other way of doing it. And this is the cutscene I was talking about. And she's gonna fly here, and they're just gonna follow her in the airship. The last piece of Magicite. Terra, you've done enough! Your power's getting weaker! Unfortunately, Terra's a little bit small, so we can't see her on the overall there. Terra isn't... Whoa. I don't know why I was screaming that in. And you saw Terra was... pink shade was deepening there. I suppose that's to signify she's losing power. Because you know, the brighter you are, the more powerful you are. At least that's what I've learned from Dragon Ball. But here's the kids that you saw earlier that Terra was taking care of. Or rushing inside the house. And we got Dwayne and Catherine, that was it. Don't give up, Catherine. I won't either. I think this is the point where she's supposed to be giving birth, I'm not sure. If she is, those kids really should not be there at the bedside. You know, childbirth may be a beautiful thing, but I don't think, you know, a child that can't be 10 should be watching that. I gotta say, I think this is hilarious. Look, if you saw that a minute ago, it looked like Gao had his legs on top of the barister, but his head was on the floor, so it looked like he was doing a headstand or something. They found Terra. She's back on the airship, thankfully. She managed to survive the fall. Thank you, Setzer. Setzer really, I think I mentioned this before, but it looks a lot like Sephiroth. And that's it, guys! That's the final cutscene. Well, sort of. We still have the cutscene here, sort of. But we do actually have the credits rolling now. Sorry, I was just yawning. My back is actually hurting me. Oh, fuck. That took a while. Oh, sorry guys, I am just stretching my back. It's over. We did it. We fucking did it. Hey. Oh, sorry guys, I'm just taking a deep breath. I got about 7 minutes left, so it's time to go into the actual game itself. I've talked about what you can expect in the future when it comes to the RPGs and Let's Plays, but it's time to start talking about the game. Overall, I do like this game, I really do. I think it's a fantastic game. There are a couple of fuck you moments. And this isn't just with this game in particular, but also just games in general. I can't stand it when games do that whole thing. I don't like the whole desperation attack thing, especially one that's extremely powerful. I mean, what can I like? I can't think of anything in particular, but as you saw there in the Fanatics Tower, you had that bitch of a boss that had cast Ultima. As soon as you beat him, you had a couple of other instances where that happened as well. For a final boss, fine, I'll let it go. But for all the bosses, not for all the bosses, but for anything other than the final boss, it's something I can't stand in RPGs. It's something I couldn't stand here, actually. I did not like the Fanatics Tower at all. I don't like it when the game makes you do something brand new. By that I mean taking away your ability to attack. You know, it was established way too late on. You know, technically you can go to the Fanatics Tower anytime at the beginning of the World of Ruin. But, you know, it's definitely way too late on to bring something like that in. You know, a couple other things I didn't care for were... excuse me. The game has a bit of a very unaligned difficulty curve. One moment the game's very easy, and the next the game can be a pain in the fucking ass like you wouldn't believe. Other than that, I don't have many issues with this game whatsoever. I will say, and I had a lot of problems with this game last year when I played it the first time because I could not figure out how to do the blitz moves. You know, they do tell you during that actual fight at the beginning with Sabin and the monk's son, I can't remember his name, but it doesn't explain it very well. I kept screwing up big time. Things I do like about the game, first of all, the story is pretty good. It's nothing fantastic and it's nothing we haven't seen before, but it is a good story. The characters, for the most part, are completely likable and I have no issue with them whatsoever. They're all really good. And I'm going to get some shit for saying this. I am not a big fan of Kefka. You know, I see him as a poor man's Joker. You know, and as someone who loves the Joker, obviously from Batman, DC and all that, I don't know, I expect a lot more humor, I guess you could say. I mean, obviously the Joker for me is one of the most chaotic and diabolical human beings on the planet, and yet at the same time he's still so fucking funny. Kefka has a bit of that going for him, but it's not really played up to full. He's just a power-hungry clown, for lack of a better word, but both the humor aspect is played down pretty badly. I mean, he laughs at the thought of taking over the world, but he doesn't really crack many jokes, at least not in the second half of the game. And I can understand why, obviously. Things have gotten a lot more serious in the second half, but, you know, it's just sort of something that annoys me. Honestly, he's not really my favourite Final Fantasy antagonist. Not by a long shot. As for the game itself, as I said, I really do enjoy this. I'm glad I finally got around to playing this last year. But final cutscene here. But I don't know. I can't put this on here. By the way, here's the birth of Dwayne and Catherine's child. I don't actually know if this is a boy or a girl, actually. So, answer me this. If he was in there, who the fuck was actually helping Catherine give birth? And there's no dialogue here, but I think the little boy was just telling the others that Terra was, or Mama, was close by. But yeah, I am going to be perfectly honest, guys. I don't know whether I would place this number 3 or number 4 in terms of Final Fantasy games. I have a hard time deciding between 7 and 9 as my first. I've always said 7 left a bigger impression on me, but 9 was the better game. I also really like excuse me. I also really like Final Fantasy 4 as well. And Edgar one last time trying his luck. But Celeste will have none of that shit, and she decides to go and stand with Locke, while he's stuck with Realm. And you can see a little bit of new life growing as well, to signify the rebirth of the planet, I guess. And Sabin taking the mick out of his brother. We just get to see all the castles and stuff now. Yeah, but like I said, I have a hard time deciding between this and Final Fantasy IV for the 3rd place spot. I don't know which I want to go with more, to be honest. I really do like both games. I have a very difficult time deciding between them. You know, but... You know, I'll go into that another time, I'm sure. But that was Final Fantasy VI. Honestly, I regret doing this Let's Play. Excuse me. This was a pain from the word go to the word finish. So many fuck-ups, both technical and on gameplay alone. I had so many difficulties trying to get things to work. I've at times run out of things to say, left in way too many random battles. In the second half, I did terrible editing. As I said before, this was at least, if nothing else, a learning experience as a Let's Player. This has honestly been the biggest lesson I've ever learned when it comes to doing this stuff. Again, one day I may come back and do this a second time around and try and do a better job at it, but that won't be for a very long time. But for what it's worth, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Be a while for the next RPG, but as always, the next LP will be up in a few days. I hope you enjoyed this once again. Take care of yourselves, and have a good night.